And the race is on. Caught him in a very good line. Kingpin, the favorite, goes out to the early advantage, driving up between horses Jupiter Blues. Fly Away the Gray is right there in third. Eric the Salesman advances to that one's outside, now puts a nose into that third spot as Jupiter Blues takes over. Eric the Salesman up from the outside, now into second as Kingpin back third. Then comes Fly Away in fourth. Indefatigable fifth up on the far outside is going to be three deep, though. Length more then back to Joe Phillips. City Plan moves inside of Boondoggle, and Officer Country's at the back as they have 3 furlongs to go. Jupiter Blues, and up on the outside, that's Eric the Salesman, and Eric the Salesman pokes a nose in front of Jupiter Blues. Indefatigable waiting in the wings out 3 deep. Fly Away the Gray still just in behind horses. Kingpin bottled up down toward the inside, starting to launch a little bit as Boondoggle on the far outside along with Officer Country. They turn to the top of the stretch. Jupiter Blues cuts the corner. Kingpin just in behind that one looking for a seam. Fly Away holding that one down toward the inside. Meanwhile, Indefatigable's coming after the lead. Here's City Plan emerging from the back of the pack. Indefatigable hits the front. Jupiter Blues back to second. City Plan and down the outside. Officer Country. Fly Away. Joe Phillips sees daylight late, but Indefatigable got clear. Indefatigable won at 2.5 in the end. Second was very close there between Joe Phillips, Officer Country, and Jupiter Blues. Fly Away was also in there for the photo for the minors. And the race is on. Caught him in a pretty good line. Fifth Circuit down toward the inside. April's Diamante, the favorite, coming up after that one, and those two are quickest by the wire the first time around. Wait for Tomorrow was out in third. Up from the outside, Old Fashioned Girl making some progress with Ida Boss between horses. Those three line up third through fifth. Nurse Carolyn works over in the pink colors from sixth, got all the way down toward the inside. Nice move there from Adam Beschizza. Length and a half more than back to Josiah. Ain't No Sunshine. Tranquila Ruby is back second last, and Talkin' Sassy is the early trailer, as the 10 of them only covered by about 8 or 9 lengths as they work their way onto the back stretch. On the front end, Fifth Circuit is the leader. April's Diamante under a good hold, bet down to 4-5 late after that opening quarter in 24 and 1/5 seconds. Old Fashioned Girl on the outside now puts a nose into third. Down on the inside, Wait for Tomorrow is fourth. Nurse Carolyn continues on fifth, only 3 off the top. Then comes Ida Boss, who backpedals a little bit, passed by Josiah on the inside. Tranquila Ruby, Talkin' Sassy's out of last. Ain't No Sunshine is now the trailer. They take their run toward that far turn. Just 3 furlongs left to go. It's been Fifth Circuit throughout. April's Diamante continues to chase from second as they go into that far turn. Fifth Circuit now just a half length in front. April's Diamante getting closer now. 50-1 the opening half mile time. Old Fashioned Girl continues on the outside, 3 deep in third. Wait for Tomorrow is fourth toward the inside, but April's Diamante now taking off. April's Diamante takes command into the stretch, opens up a length and a half on Fifth Circuit. Old Fashioned Girl, Tranquila Ruby in the red colors, putting in a bit of a bid. In behind horses, Nurse Carolyn dropping out of there. Wait for Tomorrow is now back to sixth as they have just over a furlong to go, and April's Diamante to reel in. April's Diamante by the 8th pole, in front by 4 lengths now to Old Fashioned Girl. Down the outside, North Carolyn, and Wait for Tomorrow trying to re-rally back toward the fence, but inside the final 16th, Jorge Ruiz, another one. April's Diamante going to win it by about 7 or 8 in the end. Second ended up very close. It was between Wait for Tomorrow, who was Resurgent, then came Old Fashioned Girl, and Nurse Carolyn finished fourth. And the race is on. SWOT Analysis got off to a good start. Seal Beach had to check just a touch at the start, came away last, but SWOT Analysis up to the front. Stormy Pattern, Privet Moon, those two second, third, right to the outside of the leader up front. Length and a half more than back to Seal Beach, who starts to advance toward the inside, along with John the Bear. 3 of them up front and 5 of them in a line in the second flight as they go to the half-mile pole. SWOT Analysis just in front of Stormy Pattern, Privet Moon out 3 deep. Seal Beach toward the inside is now fourth. John the Bear from the far outside. Galaxy Music is right there with Free Soul, and Charge to Victory at the back, but the 8 of them only covered 3.5 as they got that opening quarter in 22 and 4/5 seconds. SWOT Analysis up front. SWOT Analysis leads at 3/4 of a length. Privet Moon, who starts to rally up a bit closer on the outside. Stormy Pattern in between horses is third. Seal Beach stays toward the inside, fourth as they go by the 3/8 pole. Another length then back to Free Soul in fifth. 2.5 after that, back to Charge to Victory, who tries to get a rally going as they turn to the top of the stretch. SWOT Analysis into the lane. Seal Beach swings off the rail now to come after that one, and the 2 favorites 1-2. Stormy Pattern to their outside. Privet Moon, Free Soul is in behind and putting in a bit of a rally. Seal Beach grabs the lead from SWOT Analysis just outside the furlong grounds. Stormy Pattern looms up now to challenge. Behind horses there, Free Soul is fourth right now as they have a final 16th to go, and Seal Beach is starting to sneak away. Horacio Carabanos and Seal Beach going away by about 4.5, 5 in the end. Stormy Pattern was second. Third looked like Free Soul. Late run, though, from John the Bear on the outside in that photo along with Stormy Pattern. And the race is on. Very slow start there for Calming Storm, who came away a few lengths behind the field. Capital Conquest is right there. Driving through between horses goes Supreme Law, and Supreme Law up to go to the front. Occasional Moon was out second. Up from the outside, Running River now takes over third. Capital Conquest broke sharp but settles down fourth. La Marvelous is fifth in the red cap, about 3.5 off the top. Then comes Midnight Renegade in sixth. Length and a half more back to Calming Storm, who's rushed up a touch to get up to seventh there. And Fool's Notion is the trailer as they run toward that far turn. Supreme Law and Running River, those two, 1-2 as they got the opening quarter in 22 and 3/5 seconds. Supreme Law just in front of Running River in second. Capital Conquest, Occasional Moon joining them to the outside. La Marvelous now makes three in a line in that second flight. Two more back to Midnight Renegade. Fool's Notion is out of last. Calming Storm now the trailer. 7 or 8 lengths front to back with 5/16 of a mile left to go. Running River, Supreme Law. They've been going at it since they sprung the latch. Up on the outside, trying to make some ground, La Marvelous. Between horses, Occasional Moon. Capital Conquest stays toward the fence as they turn to the top of the stretch. Supreme Law just in front. Running River still pesking in second. In between horses looking for a split now is Occasional Moon. Here's Occasional Moon. La Marvelous. Midnight Renegade is starting to come up in between horses. Still many chances at the furlong grounds. Supreme Law, Occasional Moon. Midnight Renegade down the outside is now up to third. 16th pole, Supreme Law. Midnight Renegade, Occasional Moon between them. These three drive to the wire. Supreme Law still in front. Supreme Law, Occasional Moon surged late. It's very close. Supreme Law or Occasional Moon. Midnight Renegade was third. Fourth, La Marvelous. And the race is on. Luna West broke very sharply from that outside gate. Quickly puts a length and a half on the field. Crosses all the way over to grab the lead. Leads it a length and a half. Tovia up from the outside. Velocissima between horses third. Little Nutter's fourth in the yellow and black colors. And then we come back to Ballyhooly, who is out in fifth. Another length and a half after that. Spooky Spice advances out 3 deep into sixth. Feminista's down toward the inside with Sweet Factor there, 7th and 8th. Length and a half in front of Spirit of Power, who's 9th. 3 more then. Back to Lucidity in 10th. And College Spirit is the trailer. Up on the front end, Luna West. Tovia right to that one's outside. Draws to within 3/4 of a length. Velocissima back third. Now 2 lengths off the top as these outside 2 runners have worked their way toward the inside. It's Luna West, the leader, into the stretch. Luna West and Jose Alonso in front. Tovia comes after that one. Spooky Spice, Ballyhooly, those two come onto the scene, 3rd and 4th, as they have a final furlong left to go. Luna West, Ballyhooly now takes up the chase from second. Spooky Spice right down the outside. Luna West has to make another 16th of a mile. Ballyhooly between horses now comes up to grab the lead. Spooky Spice, late run Spirit of Power up the inside. It's Ballyhooly, Spooky Spice, Ballyhooly just in front. Ballyhooly won it. Spooky Spice was second. Spirit of Power rolled from the back to get up for third. Fourth was Luna West. Goes in. They're in the gate. And the race is on. Good start for Little GT, who heads right out to the front. Esor from the outside. Boca Guy is right there. Nome Digas between horses. So the scramble on here is Nome Digas pokes the nose in front of Little GT down toward the inside. Esor sitting just off the pace third as they go by the wire the first time around. Just in behind them, Boffo Kid is fourth in the orange colors. Boca Guy is after that. Global Sensation back in sixth in the early going. And behind that comes Prince of Portland in the all-black colors. It's 2.5 more, then back to Power, who's second last. And the trailer early on is Nicky Bear. Up on the front end, Little GT and Adam Beskiza just in front. And Nome Digas, those two hook up through an opening quarter in 23 and 1/5 seconds. They spin on to the back stretch. A length and a half in front of Esor, who's a tugging, willing third. Boffo Kid parked down on the inside is fourth, just 2 off the top. It's a length and a half more than to Boca Guy, who's traveling nicely in fifth. Inside of that one, Global Sensation is sixth right now. They're racing in 3 pairs up front. Prince of Portland is back third last. The 2 at the back, Nicky Bear and Power. They have just over 3.5 furlongs left to go in their journey. Little GT, Nome Digas, they've been hounding one another through an opening half in 48 seconds flat. They're a length and a half in front of the team of Esor up on the outside of Boffo Kid. Another length and a half to Boca Guy, who's fifth. Global Sensation stays toward the inside sixth, and only 4.5 off the top as Little GT tries to put away Nome Digas, but company just in behind. Boffo Kid going to look for a seam 2 wide. Esor out 4 wide as they come to the top of the stretch. Little GT an arrow leader. Here's Boffo Kid, a fresh challenge coming up after that one. Global Sensation trying to follow that move. Going to look toward the inside. 3/16 of a mile left to go. Little GT just in front. Global Sensation down along the fence. Boffo Kid, Esor down the outside. They have just over a 16th of a mile left. Adam Beskiza trying to get another 100 yards out of Little GT just in front. On the outside, Boffo Kid starting to inch closer, but Little GT still there. Boffo Kid, one final surge. Photo finish. I think Little GT held on. Boffo Kid was right there with Global Sensation after that, and Esor fourth. All set. And the race is on. Miss Tart showing good debut speed down toward the inside. Call the question. Determined Blue is right there. Thirsty Account and Missy Boss. 5 right across the course there as they go up the back stretch. That 5 now down to 4 is Missy Boss from the outside. Determined Blue. Miss Tart in a tough spot down toward the inside third. Then comes Thirsty Accountant. B Street is moving up to the inside of Call the Question. First to arrive is back second last. And Charmin is the trailers. Missy Boss at a big price just in front. Missy Boss a half length to the good to Determined Blue. Thirsty Accountant, Miss Tart still boxed in and toward the inside fourth in the lime and yellow colors. And behind that comes Call the Question. First to arrive, starting to launch a bit of a bid with B Street. Those two are back second and third last, and Charmin the trailer. They come to the top of the stretch. Determined Blue is back in front. Miss Tart now got a daylight seam, and Miss Tart quickly coming after the lead. Down the far outside, Call the Question trying to rally up along with Thirsty Accountant. Miss Tart hits the front as they go by the furlong pole in front, a length and a half. Determined Blue still battling on. In behind horses, a late run up the rail from first to arrive, also Thirsty Accountant, but Miss Tart looked good on debut here. Antonio Gallardo and Miss Tart won at 3 in the end. Determined Blue was second. Third looked to be first to arrive, getting up over Thirsty Accountant. And the race is on. 6 feet apart, showing speed. Lady Noy is right there to that one's outside, but 6 feet apart, quicker, and goes out to the early advantage. Lady Noy up from the outside. Summer at the Spa is third. Starry Hope advances fourth. Beach House fifth, along with Lady Jean, who's right to her outside. It's 2 more then back to Auburn, who's second last, and True Atka is far, far back, already about 12 or 13 behind the speedy 6 feet apart. 6 feet apart takes him by the 3/8 marker, in front by almost 4 now. To Starry Hope, Summer at the Spa out 3 deep. Between horses, Lady Noy. Then comes Beach House. Lady Jean's right to her outside. Those two continue to race in tandem. As up front, 6 feet apart, Antonio Gallardo, 22-1. Modest tempo here. At 6 feet apart is the leader. Starry Hope takes up the chase now from second. Summer at the Spa is back third. In behind horses trying to make a rally. Lady Noy, Lady Jean down the far outside. They have just over a furlong left to go. 6 feet apart has to finish the job. Starry Hope now geared to her outside to come after as they have a final 16th to go. 6 feet apart still there. Starry Hope, Jorge Ruiz drawn to within a half length. 6 feet apart still in front. Starry Hope on the outside, lunging 6 feet apart, holds on. Starry Hope was second. Summer at the Spa third. Lady Jean finished up in fourth. Now the 11 acting up. And the race is on. Passion for Quality hopped at the start. Ain't Nonsense from the outside. Quarantini between horses, and Rebel Consort toward the inside. Those three right across the course by the wire the first time around. Rebel Consort now going to go on to stick a neck in front. Quarantini between horses. Ain't Nonsense a little bit wide there into the turn from third, trying to drop over. No Sharing. Frosty Secret, the Grays in between horses in fifth. It's 2.5 more then back to Fortune Teller in the pink cap, who's sixth. Bessie Blues to that one's inside seventh. A length and a half more back to the slow starting Passion for Quality. At the back early on is Brazier. They wind their way onto the back stretch. And up on the front end, Rebel Consort, the leader. 3/4 of a length in front, 24 seconds for the opening quarter mile. Rebel Consort in front of Quarantini. Ain't Nonsense out 3 deep in third. Length and a half more back to No Sharing. Frosty Secret. They continue to race as a team back fourth and fifth. They're 2 lengths clear then. A Fortune Teller who's in that 6th position. Passion for Quality starts to move up on the outside now. Is up to a joint 6th. Down on the inside, Bessie Blue. It's 2.5 more back to Brazers. Rebel Consort continues on. Rebel Consort past the 3/8 pole. The lead's just a neck now as Quarantini dialing up the pressure. On the outside, Ain't Nonsense. Frosty Secret, No Sharing. They continue to travel together as Frosty Secret trying to make up some ground here in between horses as they wind around to the quarter pole. Quarantini now comes after the lead. Rebel Consort now ahead back, but Rebel Consort counters right back, and those two lock horns into the stretch. Frosty Secret just in behind them in third as Rebel Consort turned away that move from Quarantini. Rebel Consort now a length in front. Quarantini is second. Frosty Secret third. Fortune Teller goes down toward the inside from fourth. Rebel Consort has to make another furlong. The lead is 3 now. Frosty Secret down the outside. Bessie Blues putting in a big run from the back along with Fortune Teller. Rebel Consort, Frosty Secret trying to get to this one in the final yards. Rebel Consort, Frosty Secret. Rebel Consort held on. Frosty Secret was second, third. Bessie Blue in fourth went to Fortune Teller.